The Rise of Skywalker, the ninth and final film in the Star Wars uh, Skywalker saga. So, Rise of Skywalker, man. I just watched it last night. I wanted to rewatch it because I first saw it when it was in theaters, and when I saw it in the theater, it was really good. And now that I've rewatched it, a lot of the scenes are really good. So some of the scenes are dumb, like some of them are stupid and unnecessary. Um, and it's something. It's something. Rise of Skywalker is certainly a mixed bag, and I can understand why. Um, but let's get to it. So, the main plot of Rise of Skywalker is that Palpatine, the big boy, the OG Palpatine, is back. That's the main plot. As Luke said in the trailer of Rise of Skywalker, no one is ever really gone. And then Palpatine laughs. When the trailer came out, everyone's like, oh my god, Palpatine's back. It's lit. How is he back? Oh my god. And it's just, like, I'm going to get this out of the way now. Since that is the main selling point of, like, that's the main hype of this movie, like Palpatine coming back and figuring it out. It sucks at doing that. It's terrible. Palpatine coming back literally makes no freaking sense. It's stupid. It is dumb. Okay, to prove my point, number one of why it is dumb to have Palpatine coming back. Number one, Palpatine, out of all the three new films, which are 7, 8, and 9, aka The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and now Rise of Skywalker, he has had nothing to do with any of those. Nothing. He's had nothing to do with them. There's been no mention of him. Nothing. He doesn't play a part in anything. There's no references to him. No, nothing. The only real, and it's not even toward Palpatine. The only real reference we get to the old movies is Vader's burnt helmet. That's it. That is it. And Kylo only uses those for dark side pep talks. He just touches it and gets visions and is like, I can feel the power of the dark side. That's it. That is it. Vader's burnt helmet is the only real, like, reference to the old movies, besides obviously the characters. But other than that, it's just stupid. He's not, like, in the prequels, right? In the prequels, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, you see that Palpatine leads this double life where on one side he's the Supreme Chancellor of Coruscant, and on the other side he's the Sith Lord Darth Sidious Palpatine, and he's electrocuting everybody every 5 seconds. You feel that he's like pulling the strings, and same thing in the originals. In the originals, we know that Vader's master is somebody. We see this dude on the holograms talking to Vader and giving him orders. We see him very brief, or we see him a lot in episode 6 and episode 5 ordering around Vader. More specifically in 6, we get a feel of how powerful Palpatine is and just how much is under Palpatine's control. With this new trilogy, in regards to Palpatine, nah, it's stupid. It's dumb. You don't feel anything. If anything, Palpatine's a freaking clone. He even says that in the movie. Palpatine is dead. Palpatine is dead. And the way that they explain it Actually, they don't even explain it. They don't even explain how he's actually brought back, which is stupid. The comics, the comics and the book, Rise of Skywalker explain it better. So the way that the comics and the book explain it is that at the end of Return of the Jedi, right? Luke is getting electrocuted by Palpatine, and Vader realizes, that's my kid. I gotta save my kid. I love him. I gotta bring balance to the Force. So Vader RKO's Palpatine out of nowhere down the Death Star shaft, and Death Star goes boom, and Palpatine is dead. The way that the book and the comics explain it is right before Palpatine falls down the reactor, he transfers his his mind to his clones on Exegol, which is the planet of Palpatine's followers, like the Knights of Ren, the Sith Eternal. He transfers his mind over there using the Force. So right before Palpatine falls into the reactor, he transfers his mind into a clone on Exegol, and the clone is imperfect. It's not fully stable, and since Palpatine transferred his mind over to it, the clone believes that it's the real Palpatine. And that's pretty much it. And also Snoke is a clone, so the villain that is a Palpatine ripoff for the last two movies, that's a clone too. Yeah, and he dies. And Palpatine even admits in the movie that, hey, bruh, I made Snoke. What you gonna do about it? He's a clone too. And it's just dumb, cause in the movie it is never explained. I'm not counting in the movie specifically. I'm not counting Palpatine as a clone coming back. That's stupid. He only comes back to life at the end of the movie when he absorbs the life force from Rey and Kylo. When there's gray color back in his face and his eyes are yellow. That's the only time he really comes back to life. Because even he said, your life force will bring back the one true Emperor, which of course is Palpatine. Other than that, he's a clone for like 90% of the movie, and literally right after he gets reborn, he just gets disintegrated by Rey anyways. That part is stupid. What else is stupid about The Last Jedi? Luke. I'm not going to say Luke is stupid, but just to break down his character for a solid minute, specifically in these new movies, right? Luke is... I'm going to phrase this. Luke is the new Yoda. Luke is the new Yoda in these movies, which is sad, because I feel like Luke, at his current state, being like the old master, he is more powerful than Yoda. I would argue that. Then again, Luke was trained by Yoda, so it'd make most sense if now that Luke's older, he would be more powerful, but I would still argue. What I mean by Luke is the new Yoda, he doesn't really do much. Even in The Force Awakens, bruh, he just stands there on a cliff and is just like, and just stares at Rey. And the first thing that Luke does in The Last Jedi is just throw his lightsaber off a cliff. And just tells Rey to leave him alone. Who does that sound like? Yoda. He goes into exile just like Yoda. He trains Rey, just like Yoda. He's on a forbidden planet, or an exiled planet, just like Yoda. Or I should say place, not planet, but... He just... Like, even in the last... Okay, so to break this down, right? Yoda, specifically Yoda, in episode 3, right? Order 66 goes down. All the Jedi are dying. Yoda's on Kashyyyk. He tells Chewbacca, yo, bro, I gotta go. I gotta dip. Everybody's getting murdered. I'm going into exile. I gotta dip out. See ya. So what does Yoda do? He goes to Dagomar. What happens in episode 5? Obi-Wan says to Luke, yo, go find Yoda in the Dagomar system. He can train you. And then you can fight Vader. Boom. Luke trains Yoda. Or Yoda trains Luke. And it's just like... The difference between Yoda and Luke and Rey and Luke is the fact that episode 5, when Luke is training with Yoda, you can feel that Yoda is guiding Luke. Because Luke keeps making mistakes. Like, during the training with him and Yoda, he's like, I don't get this. How do you do this? Can you teach me how to do it? And he's making mistakes, and Yoda is realizing it, and he guides him through it. You can feel kind of the like master-student type of relationship, type of chemistry. And Luke is admitting, hey, am I doing this wrong? I need practice. I'm doing this wrong. Can you help me? I'm making mistakes. I don't get this right away. And Yoda helps him. And in the end, he gets it. And Yoda helps him out of Dagomar by lifting up his X-Wing. Like, that's the thing. And the same thing with the cave vision. In the cave vision, in episode 5, Luke fights Vader, which is actually himself under the mask, which signifies fighting his demons, his inner fears, and he did that. And they pretty much ripped that off in Rise of Skywalker with Rey. They literally just rip it off. The only difference is it's not in a cave, it's in the old Death Star on Endor. And it just it was so bad. Oh, it was so bad, dude. Oh my god. But you can feel like the student-master chemistry there. In The Last Jedi, all Rey does is complain to Luke. That's it. She even tries to fight him. She tries to fight Luke. She was complaining and whining about everything and fought Luke. And for the most part, Luke obliterated her. Rey got a couple surprise attacks in, but Luke obliterated her. And she just complained the entire time, bruh. It's just... Luke is the new Yoda, bruh. Like, he just... I love Luke. He's one of my favorite characters. I do. I'm not bashing on Luke as a character because I think he's one of the most important characters in Star Wars. It's called the Skywalker Saga because of Anakin and Luke. That's the entire point of Star Wars. The first 3 movies, the prequels, are about Anakin and his journey into becoming Vader. The originals are about Luke and his journey bringing balance to the Force and fighting Darth Vader, who of course is Anakin. The sequels are just... But yeah, Luke is the new Yoda in that sense. Palpatine just... Oh my god, Palpatine coming back. It was just so bad. it's not. The book and the comics do better explaining of how he came back. In the movie, it's not even explained. They're just like, yo, Palpatine's returned. We don't know how. It's just cloning. Because they show Exegol and the Knights of Ren doing the clones. And one of them, of course, big whoop, is Palpatine. And they even say, hey, Snoke was a clone too. That stupid other villain that's been in the last 2 movies that nobody really cared about and is a ripoff Palpatine, yeah, he's a clone too. The one that got sliced in half in the last movie and literally did nothing, yeah, he's a clone. Same thing with Palpatine. It doesn't do good. And another thing that I hate about this movie is Rey Skywalker, bro. I hate that line so much. I hate that line so much. And Rey going to Tatooine, bruh. How does... If anything, she complained to Luke. All she did was complain about him and to him. She just complained and whined the entire time she knew Luke. How? How did she know Luke was from Tatooine? Luke never mentioned it. Luke never mentioned Aunt Bar and Uncle Owen's house, which is the house that Luke lived in episode 4, and magically Rey goes to it. She doesn't know about Aunt Bar and Uncle Owen, and she just magically just buries her lightsabers in the ground, except for the one. And she just goes, oh, I'm Rey Skywalker. Like, you don't even know Luke. You don't know Anakin either. So you may as well drop that. You don't, like... she's not a Skywalker. That's the stupid thing. She's not a Skywalker. And I get it. She doesn't want to go to the dark side of the Force. So... even though she's a Palpatine, she doesn't want to be called Palpatine. And that's another big thing is Rey's backstory. So Rey's parents were on her way to Exegol, and where Palpatine was, and Palpatine killed Rey's parents, and he wanted to kill Rey because Palpatine feared that as Palpatine's granddaughter, she could overthrow him eventually. And, yeah, Rey is Palpatine's grandkid. So, yeah. But it's just dumb, bro. Like, she doesn't even know Luke like that. How does she know that Luke lived on Tatooine? How does she know Aunt Bar and Uncle Owen's house? It's stupid. The only thing that I liked about the scene was that Rey's lightsaber turned gold. That's it. She just has a gold lightsaber. That's it. And the gold looks really cool. I'm going to admit that. That's it. The gold looks really cool. And who is the lady, bruh? There's a lady that asked Rey in front of Uncle Owen and Aunt Bar's house on Tatooine. There was the lady that's like, who are you? And she's like, I'm Rey. And she's like, Rey who? And then you see Luke and Leia's Force ghosts, and she smiles, and she's like, I'm Rey Skywalker, and that's it. It's just, who's the lady, bro? We get no backstory, we get no nothing. She just goes to Rey. Oh my god, it's so stupid, dude. It's so dumb. It's so stupid. And, like, the Force healing is dumb, too. If it was a known Force technique, how come Luke and Anakin and everybody else never knew it? Force healing was just, yo, there's this new Star Wars movie, and we gotta make up a Force ability. So let's just do Force heal. And you just put your hand on something and all the wounds heal. So it's just like, force heal, boom, you're back. All wounds are healed. Like, could you imagine if Anakin and Luke knew that, bruh? Anakin would still be alive. They wouldn't have had to burn his body on Endor. Overall, dude, I think that... I don't know what I think about Rise of Skywalker, dude. I think that as a movie, I think... I think that should be it, dude. I think that 9 is enough Star Wars movies, and I don't think they should. I don't think Disney should make any more Star Wars movies. Mandalorian and all the other TV series, I think they should still do those, but actual movies, I think they should be done with. And then again, it's Disney, so they're going to milk any amount of money they can. Even though they own half the freaking world and almost all the freaking companies. So, whatever, it's Disney. But yeah, I would say it was a good conclusion to Star Wars. Even though it kind of ended on a BS note, but whatever. I just... I don't know what to think, man. Oh my god. Rise of Skywalker is certainly something. I think that's going to be my review of Rise of Skywalker. I can't think of anything else to say, and now that I'm thinking about all the things, like General Hux saying that he's the spy, that's another stupid thing. Like, I don't really care enough about General Hux to really care about his character. I honestly kind of forgot about him. Him dying, I didn't really care for. It just... Some of the scenes in the movie are dumb. But yeah, man. That's going to be my review of Rise of Skywalker. And, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and subscribe.